Welcome to our next little mini-series in this Q&A training. This mini-series of 4 videos are going to show you how to use prompts in a very valuable way. And of course you're saying, what in the world is a prompt? Of course that will be the first thing that we cover. I hope that you enjoy them and will give us some good feedback below this video on what you are thinking. Okay, let's get going. This is our first of 3 videos on prompts, and today for this lesson is just to introduce the concept of prompts to you. Recall we've made this worksheet and it looks pretty nice and works very well. The breakout code's been saved and so forth. However, this worksheet has very limited use, or not maybe very limited, but somewhat limited use, and that it is prepared for the ACE Union, and it was prepared to hit the ZAD business unit for the year 2008 and 9. Suppose we wanted to use this at different business units. Say we're an auditor and we like this report and we want to run it on different business units. And also suppose we had made this that we'd like to be able to use it next year. Next year we wanted to say 2009 and 2010, or to ratchet up 1 year. So what prompts do with the report is make it so that before it is run, it asks for the values that need to be used when the report is run. So it can be set up to ask for any value that we use in making a query, and then the queries will grab the value that the user enters to actually extract the data when it extracts the data. And so the prompts allow the use of this sheet in different periods and with different business units, and also any other different context. For example, if you want to have a report that looks at a specific account and the user enters the account that it needs to look at. So you could see making yourself a very nice and tidy account listing, and it allows you up here, it allows you in the prompt to get the account that you want listed. All of that's done with a prompt. And so let's get started introducing your prompt. This section up here we've never talked about. This is the prompt section. It's where prompts are. And to add a prompt is very simple. You go up here and you hunt for it. Prompts under Edit. And we want to add a prompt. And we can name the prompt and give it any code we want. The code is absolutely irrelevant, and so we could say beginning last year. Okay, and it would be beginning, oh no, let's do this a little bit different. Let's do last year range. Okay, and so we'll name that last year. And now we want to make sure that we understand what a default value is. A default value is the value that is resting in the prompt as the default value. It is the amount that is there to sort of seed the setup until the user puts in the exact one they want. And so for the fun of it, let's put in 2006-001 and to 2006-012. And I'm not going to talk about the data type right now because that will be the topic of the next video. And so we're all set. We've created the prompt, and you can see that it is sitting right up there ready for us to use. And let's, for the sake of what we need, we will need to add another prompt over here, and we'll add it. And you already know what we need. We need current year. And I tell you, I have recently started naming naming my prompts in terms of an instruction like this: enter current year range. Okay, and that would be 2007-001, and we want to enter default values that will give the user some idea on how these prompts are, what the input is supposed to look like. And so we've entered that we have the two values here now. And what we're going to do is revise our C10, just like we did when we created this. We'll revise our C10 cell and then copy it to all the rest. So it looks like it might be hard to change all this, but it's actually very simple. Well, we're going to have to revise C10, 7, C10, and D10 to actually do this correctly. And so the period here, you could see we picked up the period by referring to these hidden cells, but now we'll just come down here and we have the period, and this is the beginning and this is the end, and we're writing the query for C10, which needs to look at last year, right? And so it's very simple. We just take our cursor and put it right like there. Okay, I'll pause a second. You see the blinking cursor, and we come right up here to the prompt that is the beginning. Okay, and we go up here and do the same thing for the end. Okay, and you can study that out. You can see that they're picking up the right values for the previous year, default values, and the beginning of a prompt range is with single brackets, and you see the double brackets at the end. And so we go, I'm going to go OK, and then we'll do this one in the same fashion. Just I'm going to do it real fast here so you don't get bored. And this is the current year, the beginning of the range, okay, and the end of the range, like that. All right, we have that okay. And I need to fix the formatting here, so let me just take a second to do that so it's nice and tidy. And we format this cell, and it is a number, and we're doing no decimal places, and we're applying commas. Okay, there we go. And so these two have been changed to reflect the prompt feature, and so we'll copy that down to those. I'm going to put Command V there. Okay, well, let's see if we got anywhere with that. So we'll open this up, and no, it didn't copy. Right, let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to go right click, copy, and then I'll highlight this and just to play it safe, I'll right click and paste. And let's see what we've got now. Let's see if it's worked. Yeah, you can see the prompts now are reflected in all of the cells. And so we're ready to go. And let's just show you the way this extracts. And so now, because we've added prompts, this is very important to notice, is because we've added prompts, what used to be the little calculator has now changed, and there's no calculator to extract with, but this icon is there, and that is the way we extract a sheet, but it takes us via the prompt. See, so it has now paused here for the user to change. Well, we want this report to not go to the default. We want it to go to the years that we want the report for, and in this case we're trying to make it for 2008 and 9, and so we'll, let's see, change this to 2009. Okay, like so, and that looks nice and tidy. You can see the value of carefully choosing your defaults, so the user, the accountant that doesn't know anything about queries can at least model what needs to go in. Follow the model, and we've got that just like we want it. And now we have the little calculator here to extract, and we can extract out our sheets and get one that changes now to reflect the new.